Today is my birthday, the big 3-0, and I am in a tent. I am here on the top of the tallest mountain in Chiang Mai, Thailand, Doi Suthep. And I have the most amazing view right outside of my tent. Check this out. Let me unzip this here so you can see. Look at that view. Check it out. That is the city of Chiang Mai, and you can see so far until it just fades off. But I get to be here as I turn 30, sleeping out here in this tent with this amazing view. 2:22 p.m. Pennsylvania time is when I hit 30. So I will be maybe awake. I'll probably wake myself up if not at 1:22 a.m. Chiang Mai time to celebrate turning 30. But I get to do that here, and it's really cool and exciting. I'm really grateful for that. I get to have some good time of solitude of just me, Jesus, and this amazing view. And then tomorrow morning, I'll be hiking further to the top of the mountain. I get to enjoy that tomorrow morning too. So what a cool place to be. What a cool way to celebrate. I remember 5 years ago, I was in Alaska and I hiked in Ski Lac when I turned 25. I was hiking Ski Lac Mountain. And today I get to sleep out on Mount Suthep. Okay, so I was told that there would likely be dinner served here on the top of the mountain. And when I arrived, I was also told that dinner was indeed served here. But something must have been lost in translation because there is no dinner served here on the top of Mount Suthep. Thankfully, my birthday snacks are coming in clutch today. Maddie Mock, my fellow coworker and friend from Grace, has given me many good mountain snacks to partake in this evening, and they are really, really coming in clutch right now. It's late in the day, and the sun is going down. And a little too late to actually head back down to the nearby village and get some food. It would not be safe. And coming up here, it was like a 20-minute drive through these swervy, curvy roads. Even in broad daylight, it felt very unsafe. And then the next 20 minutes was still swervy, curvy roads, but they were single lane roads. So you would go around the corner not knowing if there was a truck or a bike on the other side. So I drove very slow around those roads. And I don't want to do it in the dark. So I'm gonna enjoy some time sitting out here, snacking on food for my dinner, and tomorrow I'll do a better job of getting real stuff to eat. Things got dark pretty fast. It's probably about 30-40 minutes from my last video. I'm still just snacking here on what I have available for my birthday snacks. But I wanted to show you this amazing view. That's Chiang Mai at night. All the street lights up. And up here on the mountain, I can see it with the trees, the leaves, and it's just a beautiful sight. Look at that. That is so beautiful. And I'm gonna eat some dried mangoes because those are beautiful too. So Wadi Krap, it's this way to the mountain
Oh, okay.
to hike. Is it that the right trail? To go up?
Yes, sir.
That's it? Okay, thank you. Kap and Krap. And I'm off on my hike up the mountain, but for some reason, this trail's beginning by going down. I think I'm on the right path. I just spoke with the guards out there out front, and from my broken conversation, this should be taking me up the mountain and not down. And that sign that I passed also will further attest that I'm hopefully on the right trail, but wow, this is going down fast. Here's hoping. We are still going down. It's now the morning of November 5th, although technically back in America, it is still November 4th for about 45 more minutes. So it's still my birthday. Okay, so I just spoke to the nice biker back there, and he knew enough English to tell me that this one goes down. As we clearly see, it's going down and not back up. So apparently there is another trail at the top, which will lead upwards, higher up in the mountain, and that's my goal for today. I've only walked about 2 or 3 minutes, so unfortunately going back will be straight up. Okay, I think we got it now. We are going towards this trail here, which is clearly ascending and not descending. A little bit of confusion there, but we got it. We got it. I'm already out of breath. Just even camping down that way towards the campsite, you walk down a little ways and then back up with all your belongings to get it there with my red car. So I woke up this morning, packed up my belongings, got it all back to the car in 3 trips of there and back. And that's a little tiring. And now I go down the wrong way and back up. But this is the start of our trail for my birthday hike. I woke up today thinking like, man, I'm tired. I don't know if I really feel like hiking. But then I thought, heck, I'm 30 and I just kind of have to do it anyway because I refuse to get old. And so here we are on the trail, ascending the mountain of RyThai6. Pretty cool. I'm also a little bit malnourished today and feeling the slight effect of that. They did not serve dinner here, so I have been existing off of snacks such as raisins, Cheez-Its, crackers, granola bars, dried mango, and that's not exactly a balanced diet. So no real dinner last night, no real breakfast this morning, but I'm ready to hike the mountain, believe it or not. And though it is November 5th here in Chiang Mai, it is still November 4th for about half an hour longer back in Pennsylvania. And that is technically the day of my birth still. So it is still my birthday for 30 more minutes. And this is therefore my birthday hike. Okay, this might be a problem. The trail has led to what appears to be the rundown old visitor center. I don't think this is where I'm meant to be going. There's some very beautiful trees here. They look like banana trees maybe. And we have some massive bamboo right there. That's kind of cool. But it's not the top of the mountain. And I need to figure out where I am and where I'm supposed to be going. Okay, I'm on my way back now from this trail and I did not even notice that sign saying no entry. So this thing that I just easily stepped over, this stick fence, was my indicator that I was on the wrong path. Oh, and look at this. I literally just turned around and saw that. Okay, wrong path, right path. Wrong path, right path. I think this is finally it, and you know what they say, third time is the charm. One for each decade, right? I spent my first 10 years and then my next 10 years just getting it all wrong, and now here's to new beginnings. And we got it right, I think. Beginning of the nature trail. Yeah, let's hope that's it, because at this rate, I'm gonna be worn out before I even find the right trail. Let's check the time and see if it's still a birthday hike or not. Okay, good news. It is just after 10:30 a.m., which means it is 11:30 p.m. Pennsylvania time. Therefore, it is still my birthday. Other news, maybe not good news, but interesting news. Look at this giant daddy longlegger. I'm guessing that's what this is, but I mean, in Thailand, I don't really know. Maybe it's not as safe as it would be in America, but this guy is ginormous. Okay, so 25 more minutes of my birthday, and I am on the nature trail. Let's hope this one is the right one that takes me to the tippity top of the mountain of RyThai6. It's a little more overgrown than I'd like. I don't know if poison ivy is a thing in Thailand. I'm really hoping it's not because I'm wearing my shorts. Okay, another 100 feet or so away, I find this guy right here. And it appears to be dead, but it also appears to be a centipede. Oh no, it's not dead at all, it's moving. I'm gonna find a longer poker stick because I do not want to be bit by this guy. He's moving. albeit very slowly. So let's see what happens here. Things to look out for today on this hike are snakes, scorpions, and centipedes, big or small. Whew. I am seeing more holes in the ground, and I don't know what might be living in those or not living in those, but I'm just gonna step carefully and try not to upset any critters dwelling beneath my feet that may or may not exist. I just saw a beautiful blue butterfly. I don't think I got that very well on camera, but I saw it. Maybe I'll see another one, but wow, that was beautiful. Not very large. Oh, there's one. Oh my goodness. There it is. You can kind of see it on camera. Sorry that's not the best view, but wow. That is gorgeous to see for me. Let me try to switch to my zoom lens, see if I can get that a little better. Okay, Doi Poi Peak, 130 meters away. Each time I see a sign, I expect us to be a little further along than we actually are. But we have a little ways to go. And this is getting a little too overgrown for my liking. Doi Poi Peak, 50 meters in that direction. Ooh, crunchy pine cone. Not as crunchy as I hoped. Okay, well I made it to Doi Poi Peak, I guess. I don't see a lookout just yet. But I was told when I get to the top to keep going, and that soon I would get to a parking lot and then go down a flight of stairs, and just beyond that point will be my lookout. And I'm really hoping that's true because this was quite a hike and I'm hoping we find the lookout. If I'm in the right place where my friends told me to go, then I'm sure that's true. But can I find that parking lot and that stairway and that lookout? I do not know. Let's find out. I want to take just a quick moment to say I'm here on the peak, Doi Poi Peak. 30 years old, and I made it. I'm wearing my bear shirt, ready for adventure. Even if I cannot find the lookout, this was still a fantastic adventure. And I'm glad that I could do this, from camping to the hike and just the whole weekend, Friday into Saturday. This has been marvelous and a really cool way and a cool place to turn 30. And I am so grateful for that. Let's look for the lookout and see if we can find it. Swaddy Krop. Is there a lookout back there?
Yeah.
Opening? Cool, thank you. Well, if they understood me, then that means there is a lookout back here. I hope, because this is not very promising. How dense these woods are. And oh man, this would just be Tick City back in Pennsylvania. I'm hoping not here in Chiang Mai in my short sleeve shirt and pants. All kinds of things I'm brushing up against, and I hope they're not poisonous and that I won't break out into a rash or anything else terrible or be bit by anything. And oh man, I'm really pushing through. And I have all this to look forward to on the way back. Oh boy. Okay, I've been on this trail for maybe 10 minutes or so. And it's not all this bad. It's not all this thick, but it definitely is pretty thick. And I did bump into that same, oh nuts. I just got pricked by something. There's some thorny plant here that I just brushed up against. Looks like it's a berry. Not too unlike raspberries. It's got a little prick by a thorn. But I'm good. And I saw that couple again. And the couple that I found told me that there is a lookout. I asked them a second time and they said, yes, lookout is this way. And I actually messaged my family friends who helped me with this camping trip. And they told me that I'm going the right way. And look at this. I think we found it. Okay, so I walked through the parking lot and now I'm walking down the stairs. So the lookout, as the sign said, is down the stairway. Funny story, I got to that parking lot and I hear, oh, hi, Mr. Timlin. And I actually don't know the name of the student, but she recognized me. And she goes to Grace, and she is here with her family. Well, it's kind of steep. She is here with her family, enjoying an afternoon lunch on top of Doi Pui. But man, this is quite the trip. From camping to hiking to pushing through about 10 minutes of overgrown weeds to walking down this pretty long stairway, which reminds me of that infinite stairway in Mario 64 trying to get to the last boss fight of Bowser. Oh man, the infinite stairway. But we are going down, down, down to find the lookout. This probably is not the official lookout, but wow, that is a lookout. That is quite the view. Wow. Amazing. Let's find the real one. And alas, we come to the end of our hike, and we have made it. We have made it to the viewpoint of Doi Pui. Okay, well, out here on the lookout of Doi Sutep, or Doi Pui, however you choose to say it, we have a campfire apparently, or a place where a fire has been, and we have a nice little bench to sit on. So I'm going to do that now and enjoy a nice sit and take a swig of water, which I have not done throughout this entire hike. But I'm very ready for that now. That's nice. Well, we made it, and I'm glad we did, because if my friends didn't tell me there was a lookout, I would have likely turned around at that sign that said, you made it to the peak. But the peak was not nearly as nice as this. This is really, really nice. Okay, I'm going to flip around and sit down here so my back can lean against This bench, my old 30-year-old back. We've reached the end of the journey. Now all we have left is turning around and going back down the mountain. Thankfully, most of the mountain will be driving down, but I'm not looking forward to that either because the drive is crazy getting up and I'm assuming going back down. But it's been fantastic. Well worth the effort to get up here to the top. It's been a beautiful weekend and a really special one. I have had some time just to be alone and just to pray and be with God and take pictures and even check my phone because apparently the signal out here is pretty good. As I was praying last night and asking myself, God, have I lived a meaningful 30 years? Where am I at? What am I doing? How am I doing? John 15 came to mind, and there's no surprise there. It's my favorite passage in all of Scripture. In that passage, Jesus teaches that He is the vine and we are the branches. And if we remain in Him and abide in Him, we will bear much fruit. And I've been reading The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by Mark Comer. It's a great book. And Comer teaches in that book that the word abide is the verb for the word abode, which means home, right? This is my humble abode. And I've been asking myself since moving to Chiang Mai, what does it mean to be home? Where is my home? You know, I've been all over the world now. Is it back at home with my mom and dad, still living in my bedroom? Is it out in Alaska where I found so many friends and people that feel like family out there that I really deeply care about? Or is it here in Chiang Mai, in Asia of all places, this new chapter of my life, so far from the world that I know? It's literally on the opposite side of the globe, the opposite side of the planet. If I were to dig straight through the center of the earth right now, I would pop up not too far from Pennsylvania, which I know personally to be my home. But I've been listening to a song called Tightrope, not from Greatest Showman, different Tightrope, but it talks about walking this tightrope as far as God will take me and never realizing that I would go this far. And then the song says something so powerful, which has really shaken me up. It says, Jesus, I trust you. Wherever you call me, that's home. And I think that is so beautiful and so true, that wherever I go, wherever God leads me to, I trust Him. And wherever He calls me, wherever He leads me, wherever He chooses for me to go out and serve, that is my home. And so for this year, as I'm out here in Thailand, I'm home because I believe I am where God has called me. And not only that, I am home because I am with God. I am abiding in Christ, and He is my abode. He is my home. And so wherever God calls me, I'm home. And also wherever God is, I am home. And the cool thing is God goes with me wherever I go, whether that's Pennsylvania, whether it's Alaska, whether it's Chiang Mai, or whether it's, I don't know, to the moon, the next place. For all that I know, anywhere that God calls me and anywhere that God is, I am home. I'm writing a poem. I'm working on a poem. You might know I'm into poetry, and I'm piecing all these things together, and it's all about home. It's all about trying to find my home and where that is. And I think it's starting to click. I think it's all starting to make sense. But honestly, guys, up here at the top of Doi Poi, Doi Sutep, I feel very far away from home. At least as far as proximity is concerned. I feel very far from mom and dad, from Robbie and Christy. I still feel close to them relationally. They sent some very kind messages for my birthday. We had some good conversation catching up over video calls. But I feel very far from everybody I care about as far as it goes with proximity. But yet I feel okay. I feel good. I feel happy and content and satisfied in knowing that I am where I'm meant to be because I am with God and I am where God has called me. And there is so much peace in that, and I love it. It's such a freeing thing just to kind of have these moments of panic, like, where the heck am I? And to realize, oh yeah, I'm still home. I can't escape God. Psalm 139, right? Where can I flee from your spirit? I can't. Anywhere I go, from the heights of the heights to the depths of the earth, God's spirit is still with me. And today, I feel that more than I normally do. And here I am, oh boy, at the top of the mountain, getting all sappy and emotional and spiritual and whatnot. It was a great hike, a great adventure. And I'm so thankful I can be here for my 30th birthday. Thank you for joining me for this magnificent adventure. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And with that, it's now time to finally head back down the mountain and actually eat some real food, because I could really go for something besides granola bars and dried fruit.
Tongue slants, give up, you're not strong. High hopes rob me, take my song. Mercy guides me, beckoning. Still you're here with me, you're here with me. You count me out on this tightrope, never thought I'd go walking this far. But somehow it feels like my home, walking this tightrope after your
I think I'm getting closer to the bottom. I'm maybe about halfway down the trail. I met some other people up at the top from Saudi Arabia. Spiderweb in my face. That's great. I met two guys from Saudi Arabia. They are just out here on vacation. They speak very good English. And I had a chance to lead them back down the trail and show them the way to get back down to the campsite. I let them go ahead of me. So they're a little ways down and they saw my camera and said, "Oh, are you a vlogger?" And I said, "Kind of. I have a small YouTube channel, but I'm kind of a vlogger." But had some time to talk to them, get to hear more of their stories. They're headed back home today, last day here in Chiang Mai. And then there was another person, a young lady, who heard me giving them directions and said, "Can you help me too?" And I'm like a total novice. It's my first time here, but she heard me explaining a little bit of directions to these guys, and I kind of helped her as best as I could to find her way back home. So now it's my turn to make it back home. If I don't trip. Woo! I just mentioned my vlog that I met you guys, and
Yeah.
now we can see we all made it down safely. Awesome. What are both your names again?
Ferris.
Ferris? Ferris and
Ahmed.
Ahmed.
Yeah.
Great to meet both of you.
Thank you.
Well, it is now 5:35 p.m., several hours later than I last checked in. But I am just now pulling back in to my Muban, which is what we call our neighborhood here. They're called Mubans. And on the way back, I saw that there's a beautiful, beautiful sunset. I'm hoping I can catch it. I live right down this road, but we're gonna pull over here, and oh my goodness, look at that. Wow.